Hey guys, Buffing Game Bad today bringing you a video, and today we're going over weapon leaks for Season 3 and beyond. There was a data mining that took place in Modern Warfare 2 recently. I believe it was in the Modern Warfare 2 game files. Data miners were able to get some things here, naming upcoming weapons in the files. Now, I want to run through these quickly, but I also want to mention that take this with the smallest pinch of salt, because a lot of these things that show up in the game files never end up coming to the game. This could be things that we end up seeing later down the line with some sort of integration with modern, whatever the Call of Duty 2023 title is. We also thought we were going to get the Uzi and the M249 SAW for Season 2 weapons, and we didn't get any of those. And also, some of those are not here on the list. So keep that in mind. Just because things show up in the game files doesn't mean they come to the game. This could be, we could see all of these, we could see none of these. I also remember back in Season 3 of Modern Warfare 2019, the G28 was data mined, and that never came to the game either. So just because things are showing up, they could be bringing in old code, things like that. We don't really know. Now, these are actually named. We don't have the full names of the weapon. We have the in-game code of the weapons, or how they're abbreviated in the code of the game. So we're basically doing the best guessing here now. Shout out to Game over on Twitter, as well as Task Force 141 Leaks for providing this information. Task Force 141 Leaks posted the data mined weapon information, and then Game Over helped to kind of correlate the names of the real life weapons, what they could be here in the game. So first off, running through these, I'm going to go through the list itself. I can't show any of this on screen because a lot of this is getting DMCA'd, and I don't want to have a strike on the channel. So I'm just going to talk through. I'll show pictures of the weapons on the screen here as we go through them. So starting off with, we'll just run through the actual code of the game, what they're showing up here. First off, they're all preceded with IW9. So I believe, Infinity Ward 9, I'm not sure what the 9 is standing for in this case, but then we have other abbreviations for the weapon categories. So ME, in this case, the first one's going to be ME Sword 2. So ME obviously meaning melee. Sword 2, so that's going to be a melee sword. We have BRNG Sierra. BR meaning battle rifle, most likely. We have IW. So let's go through these. As I go through them, I'll actually say what they are. So sword is obviously a sword. BRNG Sierra. This is most likely going to be the NGSW weapon. The NGSW Sig Sauer's Spear, or the XM7, formerly known as the XM5. This is that new weapon that just won the bid for the Army's NGSW program, firing the 6.8 by 51mm. Now, it makes most sense that this would be in the battle rifle category, so that is good to see. This would obviously be a receiver addition to the M13's platform. Now, with this one, BRNG Sierra, obviously, like we said, BR meaning battle rifle, NG Sierra, the first three letters there, NGS for next generation squad, and then obviously just minus the W there. So NGSW here is BRNGS or NG Sierra. So we'll probably be seeing the Sig Sauer Spear, or the XM7 or the M7 added to the game at some point. Next up, we have SN India. So SN India, SN meaning sniper rifle. Now, India, this is what's making the rounds. Again, Game Over with this one. Best guess is potentially that it is, in fact, the Chitec intervention. So SN sniper rifle, India. I can't think of anything else on the top of my head that would start with an I like that. But India intervention, that could very well be it. I've always had that as a guess, as we'd see something like that. I think the likelihood of seeing that, especially with some sort of original Modern Warfare 2 callback pack or drop later on, maybe that's something that we'll be seeing with the integration with COD 2023. So the Chitec intervention, SN India, could in fact be making its way back to the game from the original Modern Warfare 2. Next up is PI Tango 9. So I'm not sure what PI is standing for in this case. This seems to be a PDW, personal defense weapon or something. Tango 9 meaning probably the Tech 9. Now, this would be a weird one. However, it would also fit with the theme from single player, with the Mexican drug cartels, things like that. So Tech 9 could in fact make its way into the game. It would make sense if that were how it was featured, is coming out of tying. If the game actually tied in with what the campaign was, it would make sense. So far, multiplayer is kind of shied away from that, but if that's what they do and they bring in that cartel aspect, to multiplayer, Tech 9 would make sense. Next up, we have the AR Hilima. So AR meaning assault rifle category, Hilima most likely being the Helion or the VHS-2. Also, the Springfield Helion is the civilian American export version of this. So this is the VHS-2. We've seen it in games like Far Cry, Insurgency Sandstorm. This is a Croatian assault rifle, and it is firing 5.56 by 45 millimeter. NATO has a very high rate of fire. I believe it's around 1,100 rounds per minute. I'm just remembering this off the top of my head, but the VHS-2 or the Helion could be making its way into the game here with Season 3 or sometime beyond. So this is a bullpup assault rifle, really good weapon. I would really love to see this added to the game. This was on my original wish list. Next up, SM-A Charlie 5. So SM being most likely SMG, A Charlie 5, ACP or AC-45. So this again another SMG. The AC-45 I believe is what we said it is. So APC-45, yes. So this would be the SMG. We saw the APC-45 in previous games as well, so that makes sense that we'd see this game again firing the 45 ACC rounds. Next up, we have the SHT Sierra. So this would be a shotgun T Sierra. Best guess for this one via Game Over. I'm not a big shotgun person, so I wouldn't really know. The TS Sierra, he's guessing is the Tavor TS-12. So that would be a shotgun from IWI on the Tavor platform. So that would actually be our first Tavor platform weapon added to the game, potentially. However, since we just saw a shotgun, this would be one that I wouldn't expect to see anytime soon. Next up would be the SNW Alpha. So the SNW Alpha is going to be a sniper rifle, most likely the return of, I believe it was in Modern Warfare 2, the original Modern Warfare 2 would be the WA-2000, I believe it is, or 200. Again, I don't remember the name off the top of my head. I'll show it here on screen. So again, this is a sniper rifle that appeared in the original Modern Warfare 2 and or Modern Warfare 3. So this would be interesting to see again somewhere down the line. Not a big fan of this weapon. I think they could do a lot better, but again, if they're adding some old nostalgia packs, that makes sense. Next up, we have PI Mike 2011. So PI Mike 2011, this most likely is going to be pistols, the STI 2011. So pistol added to the game here. We haven't seen any pistol added yet, so definitely overdue. This is something I would expect to see probably as a mid-season weapon, the STI 2011. Next up, the AR Milima. So AR Milima assault rifle. Now, what is Milima? Not really sure. The best guess here that I'm seeing, and I happen to agree with, is the Maliak. So the Maliak is the Ukrainian assault rifle that we've seen deployed in Ukraine right now by the Special Operating Forces. So the Maliak is essentially a bullpup version of the AK platform. They made some definite improvements there. It fires both 5.45 and 7.62 by 39 millimeters, same as the Russian AKs, but essentially, obviously, because they used to be a Soviet state, they had all these AKs, they had conversion kits to turn them into bullpup AKs, and then they started from the ground up and made an actual bullpup AK. The good thing about this is it does use all of the standard magazines that they already have hundreds of thousands of for the 5.45 by 39 millimeter AK-74s and the AKM, AK 103 platforms and the 7.62 by 39 millimeters. So the Maliak, again, a bullpup weapon. I would love to see this in the game in both 7.62 and 5.45. Really hope we end up seeing this. Next up, SM Charlie. So submachine gun. Charlie is going to be the APC-9. So again, we see the APC-45 in the game and the APC-9. So seeing both of these, the APC-9 would be the SMG, and I think I was mistaken earlier. The APC-45 may have been a pistol. I would have shown the right stuff on screen. I'm kind of going off my phone right now. I don't have the right information in front of me to reference this. So we have the APC-45 and the APC-9. So the APC-45, I believe, is still the SMG. They have two different platforms there, 45 ACP, or yeah, ACP and 9mm. So I'll have shown the right stuff on screen, but we'll get two of those in the SMG category in both calibers. I would suspect it's one weapon, probably with just a ammo conversions similar to what we saw with the ISO Hemlock would be my guess there, to make it easier instead of having two of the similar weapons. Next up, we have melee weapons here, Kali sticks and commas. So I'm not a big melee guy. Don't really care what those are. Kali sticks is pretty obvious. Commas, not really sure, but that looks pretty cool. Some people were saying the FR556 would be making a return, but I don't see where that would be here in the game. It seems like the bullpup weapons most likely would be the Maliak and the Hilima, or the VHS-2 out of Croatia would be our two bullpup assault rifles. The Hilima, very similar to, I guess you could say it's similar to the FAMAS in the fact that it is a bullpup weapon and has a very fast rate of fire in full auto. I think we've seen enough of the FAMAS. I would much rather prefer some new weapons here, so I think the Hilima or the VHS-2 would be a much better addition, and the Maliak would be a very welcome addition here to the game in both 5.45 by 39mm, especially for some of these weapons that we see in real life have multiple different calibers, like the Maliak, for example, taking 5.45 and 7.62. Again, make that very similar to the ISO Hemlock, and go ahead and just have a magazine or an ammo conversion for the different caliber. I think that's the easiest way to do it. Otherwise, you're going to end up... It offers more variety instead of having to add multiple different receivers, unless they're going to add both the receivers at once. So let me know your thoughts down below. Again, big shout out to Game Over and Task Force 141 Leaks. Let me know your thoughts on these weapons. Now, one thing here I will say is that Task Force 141 was also saying that that the Season 3 weapons that they're thinking are going to be the Uzi, the Scar SC, the MCX Spear, and the Tri-Tech Intervention. So the Uzi has been in the game files, at least from COD Mobile previously. The Scar SC I don't see coming to the game, just because with the Tech 5.6 or the Tech 5.56, whichever one that is in game, you can essentially make the Scar SC in the PDW format. The barrel is not quite as short. The SC has a shorter barrel, however, it's essentially the same weapon. So if anything, I would think they're going to be adding another barrel attachment. If that is the case, they wouldn't add a whole new receiver for that. The Uzi could definitely be coming. However, that seems very lackluster. I'm not a big Uzi fan. I don't think anyone really liked it or used it that much in Modern Warfare 2019. I'd rather see a different SMG. I would personally rather see the UMP 45 with a conversion of the UMP 9 would be great. I think the Uzi, just a little old at this point. I don't think there's much excitement around that, or the Scar SC. So the MCX Spear I think would be a good one for the Battle Rifle category for Season 3. Definitely think we need an LMG though. So you'll notice on this list there was no M249 SAW. That was something that myself and others were pretty confident was coming with Season 2, and it never came, and we haven't heard anything about it since. So I think we're overdue for an LMG, whether that's going to be the SAW, the Knights Armament Company LAMG, Light Assault Machine Gun, yet to be determined, but I personally would rather see a battle rifle being the Spear. I would like to see a sniper rifle being the Tri-Tech Intervention or something else, and I'd like to see an LMG being the SAW or the Knights Armament Company LAMG, or potentially the FN Evils would be a good one to add in there. And if they're going to go with a SMG, I would like to see the UMP 9 would be a good addition. So let me know your thoughts down below. Till next time, this is Buffner Gaming with potentially leaked weapons for Season 3 and beyond. Till next time, Buffner Gaming out.